Hi, I'm Nick Fiorentino, and I'm a guitar tech based out of Philadelphia and South Jersey. And I'm going to talk about 5 reasons that you might need a guitar setup. Now, before we get started, here's a few terms so that we're all on the same page. So what is a guitar setup? It is taking the strings off, cleaning the guitar, putting the strings back on, tuning it, and intonating it. If you don't know what a tuner is, it's on top of the guitar headstock, right here. It's where the string goes through. A fretboard. Fretboard is where you press down on the strings all across the neck. The string action is how high or low off the fretboard the strings feel. So you have 6 strings, so it's going to be lower action on the high strings and higher action on the lower strings. Truss rod. Usually there's a cover on it. It's usually at the top of the head. Sometimes it's at the bottom of the neck. So the truss rod runs along the neck and it helps keep the neck stable and straight, and it's adjustable so you can tighten it or loosen it. Intonation is about fine-tuning your guitar. It is the next step after tuning, and it is about getting the consistency across the entire fretboard for your guitar. Each of these frets have a different note, and intonation, by moving the saddles on the bridge or whatever type of bridge you have, it makes it as even as possible and as in tune as possible through the guitar. So the first sign that you might need a guitar setup is that if you get a new guitar. If you get a brand new guitar, there's a chance it's been factory set up, which means it's just a general setup, not tailored to your preferences, maybe kind of in the middle action, not too high or low. It's generally acceptable, but it's not tailored to your needs. If you play metal music, you might want low action. If you play jazz, you might want higher action. So if you have never had one set up before, I strongly recommend getting a setup because it just transforms the guitar and it makes it even better. So the second reason that you might need a guitar setup is if your neck has changed. Now what that means, it can be too loose or too tight. And if it's too loose, the string action will seem further away because it bows downward, and it will seem higher even though you didn't change the action. And it's going to throw your intonation off for your whole guitar. If it's too tight, the action on your lower frets will actually get lower because the fretboard goes closer to the strings, and you can even fret out. So the third reason is that your intonation's off. Your intonation will change from every guitar that you have, and there's no way to just blindly set it. You have to change it through the bridge by moving the bridge saddles back and forth based on, a lot of times you use the 12th fret, there's other ways to do it, but you have to use a really accurate tuner called a strobe tuner if you want to get the best results. You can tune your guitar and it still might not be intonated, so you have to change the bridge. So the fourth reason that you might want a guitar setup is if you change your string gauge. Changing string gauge from something like 9s to 10s will change your overall tension on your neck. It'll change your intonation, and it will change the action. For example, if you were to change the string gauge on a Stratocaster from 9s to 10s, the difference would be about 27 pounds of tension added. So the fifth and final reason you might want a guitar setup is to get the action perfect for your playing preferences. Like I said earlier, if you like playing metal, you might want lower action, and if you like jazz, you might want higher action, and everything in between is just based on your preference, and you have to try it out. So that wraps up the 5 reasons you might want a guitar setup coming from a guitar tech. If you're experiencing any of these problems, reach out to your local guitar tech or reach out to me. I'm going to leave my email right here, and feel free to comment and ask any questions or hit me up for a guitar setup. My name's Nick Fiorentino. Thanks for watching.